morning again from the British expat in the Philippines. This is day 3. I'm running a little bit late behind. I'm a little bit behind the guys. They've been doing some work before I was able to get here, and I can see what they've done already. What they've done is they've placed the vertical post, vertical Rio bar, which will go through the middle of the hollow block to support the horizontal piece of Rio bar that will be connected every 3 courses of hollow blocks. So without further ado, I will bring you back to what they've done. They've got some hollow blocks actually in place. So let's have a look at what they're doing. Now, as you can see, the pieces of steel, the vertical pieces, are embedded into a line of Rio bar at the bottom, and they're elbowed and tied to this here is tied to the piece that's through the bottom. I would call it the beam from which they lay the first line of hollow blocks on. And as you can see, they put them in place, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, maybe 8 blocks, and they're now just filling them to get ready for the next level. But all the way along the line, it's all ready to start laying, and the other guys are busy digging out the rest of the trench further down. So we have 2 men and a foreman, that's Edwin, here working hard, and the time is now 8:30, and unfortunately I was at the other house sorting out clothes to sell online, so you have to bear with me. I'm sorry I'm a little bit behind time, but the guys have no time to wait for me to come and do the pictures. So what Edwin is doing is putting some gravel around the base of the trench, and then he'll wet that down and place the concrete on top, which will create a sort of a little concrete beam with a piece of reinforcement through it. So that's what he's done. He's actually put a piece of bamboo there. I think I know why that's there. It's just so that the bottom beam is not wasting too much concrete, and it's just a certain width, about the same width as the pillars. So we'll let them carry on with what they're doing, and we'll come back and have a look in a little while. Now you can see they just got a couple of more on the bottom foundation line, and then the second course will be laid. As you can see now, at the 3rd level of the hollow block, a piece of Rio bar is added and tied to the vertical, every 3 hollow blocks high. Putting in an additional line after the 3rd level has been put in, and then they're all tie wired to all the verticals. Like I said before, every 3 courses you have a line of Rio bar which is tied to the vertical pieces of Rio bar. They're tied here, here, all the way up, all the way up, all the way up. Setting up 2 more posts or 2 more pillars. All the steel work going in. They put some rocks in there to give it some extra body to bond to. That will be 4 cubic feet to each post pad, just like that one there, and all the rest. Got 4 courses of wall in there. So I hope you've enjoyed watching today. They've only got about another hour to go, so don't forget to tune in for tomorrow's version, or edition I should say. They're busy chopping away around an old tree stump. There's 2 of them to get out, so we'll leave them with that, sweating away, and hopefully ready and willing tomorrow to go the final way to the corner. As you can see, there's a lot of work in putting up a boundary fence or any kind of wall here in the Philippines. A lot of manual work. The actual physical costs at the end of the project, I'll give you a breakdown of the actual costs of the materials, so that it will give you per meter or per foot, whichever way you want it, which will tell you roughly the cost here in the provinces to build a boundary fence, including the labour. Bye now.